All right, hello. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to get started in just a few minutes. I wanted to jump on just a few minutes early because I know people might be clicking the link and are waiting for um, the information and the training to get started. I feel like I'm looking up. I wish I had this camera on my desk. Well, first of all, let me just say hello. Hello. How's everyone doing? If you have access to the chat area, if you can just click something in the chat, let me know that you are live, that you are on. I'm going to start this training in just a few minutes. All right. Hello. How's everyone doing? I'm going to be starting this training in just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be talking about how to become successful online. How do you become successful online is the topic for tonight. And I'm excited. I'm starting in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, guys. A little bit less than that. I'm going to get this party started. I wanted to go live on YouTube tonight, really give everybody an opportunity to use a different platform. Sometimes we get so stuck into one thing, one way of getting information. So I'm excited tonight to talk about something that is really important right now, but also try it out on a new platform. So once you join in, if you can hear me, if I'm loud and clear, go ahead and type in the chat box and just say I'm here. Just say hello. Want to make sure I know who's live, who's on with me. So I'm just going to see if I can somehow see everyone. All right, hello. All right, we're going to get started in just about a minute. We're going to be getting started with tonight's training, and I am going to be training on how to become successful online. Such an important topic right now. So many people who need to learn how to be successful online. So when you join in, if you can hear me loud and clear. Oh, you know what? I think my mic, this is the mic that's actually connected. So I want to make sure everyone can hear me loud and clear. Rochelle is here. Veronica is here. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Just type in the chat box. Let me know who's live, who's joined us, and who's here. And I'm going to get started in just about a minute or so. All right, I'm excited tonight, guys. We are trying out something different. You know, as we can all see how life just will throw you so many curveballs. You have no idea what's going on, what's next, how are things going to change. And, that's how I view social media, this online era that we're all about to all really be forced into. And I really want to talk about that tonight as we go live. And I wanted to do it on a different platform. And there's a reason for that. And I want to see how many of you out there are going to say, I don't know how to get on. I don't know where to go. This is not what I'm used to. And you say, you know what, I'll just wait to hear the information another week. Or how many of you are going to jump on YouTube and get this information that you really need? So hello, Sheila. Hello. Good evening, Sheila McCoy. We have Rochelle Solomon, Veronica Banks, and can't tell who the other person is that joined us. But once you get in, guys, put your name, first and last name. I'll give you guys a shout out. That way your information, hopefully you have a YouTube account and you're not just on here, but you actually have a YouTube account as well. Shima. Hey, Shima. How you doing? Hello. All right, so I'm going to be getting started. It's 9:30. All right. All right. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And tonight I wanted to do things a little different, and I'm gonna go into why. I'm gonna go into why. Clifton. Hello. Hey Clifton, how you doing? How you doing? I'm glad you guys could join me on YouTube. And I wanted to, this is such a um, I wanted to do something different tonight, but this is a time in our country where things are changing, guys, right in front of our eyes. We were starting to see how things were changing. We were starting to see how people were starting to shop more online. Then when Amazon came around, we all were shopping a lot more online. And now we're seeing how a lot of major businesses are almost being forced to go out of business because of how things are changing. And I talked to someone the other day. Hey, Linda. Linda Scott Reed is here. Hello, Linda. Hey, I talked to someone the other day, a good friend of mine, and several people actually who have corporate jobs, and they have just been saying how a lot of companies are thinking that they might want to keep their employees at home, that they want to possibly save money. People are still being very efficient. People are doing their work. People are happier. They're spending more time with their families, and they're still able to get work done. And so just think about how corporate real estate is going to change. Commercial real estate is going to change. Think about how many businesses are going to change. I look at our business, my business. When I take a look at, wow, how we've changed so much. Right before all of this, we were like trying to force people online, force them to do a Zoom meeting, force them to meet with us online. And it just wasn't connecting. People didn't have Zoom. You had to tell them how to download it. You had to tell them how to use it. And now we're seeing more and more people. Now, when we say do a Zoom event, everybody has it. When we say, okay, let's show the business online, everyone's completely cool and they're fine with it. And we're seeing how my company is changing, and changing for me for the better. It gives a lot of people the flexibility to be home and not having to travel as much. And one of the things I think is really important, and why I thought this topic would be a great topic for tonight, is how to become successful online, is because if you don't learn how to change as the world changes, then you'll get stuck in the past. I mean, think about how I look at my grandfather, how he's not the type of person that knows how to get online and how to get on the internet. He's not going to know how to get on YouTube or anything like that. And obviously, he's not the type to have a business online and any of those things. And one of the things I want to encourage all of us, because the older we get, the more we become like that. We become, okay, I'm not going to learn anything new. That internet thing, I don't know what it is. That YouTube thing, that Instagram thing, I'm not sure about it. And I really just want to encourage you, no matter what your age is, or what to always keep learning how to be successful, especially with this online era. Because if you don't, I really feel like things are going to change. And if you don't conform with them, then you're going to get left behind. And so tonight, I really want to talk about how to be successful online, how to have a successful online business. And if you don't already have an online business, you need to get an online business, because guess what? The world is changing and you have to change with it. You have to keep up with it. So, all right, we have Senior Vice President out of Dallas, Dr. Beanie Webster is on the line with us. And guys, one of the things you realize, this is going to be a playback. People are going to see it. They're going to watch it. When I say your name, hopefully you have a YouTube page. They might want to click on your name. They might want to see who you are. They might want to subscribe to your channel, see your content. So always make sure that you're ready. Say, if Will Smith says it best. He says, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so YouTube is one of the platforms. If you have grandchildren, if you have young children, if you're around anyone that is younger in age, family members, nieces, nephews, your own kids, you know that kids today do not watch television. The main thing that they're on, if they're not playing video games, is they're on YouTube. And that's where we are today. And this is why I wanted to bring you here, because this is the platform of the future. This is going to be like the next television. Our children won't watch TV. They won't need to watch TV because there's going to be enough entertainment right here, right where you are, right on YouTube. So I want you to get used to it. I want you to get used to being here and hopefully having your business here, because this is where everyone's going to be. So I want to go over 5 tips of how to be successful online. Now, here's the thing, when you have a business, yes, you're talking about online, but one of the things I want you to try to not forget is that every business is still about connecting with people. It's still about communicating with people. And even though you might have an online business, the online business is connecting to the people that you know and the people that are going to buy from you, trust you, love you. And so the first thing is, I want you to understand that you have to care more about others than you care about yourself. That's the first tip. You have to care more about others than you care about yourself. And I learned this very early on in my career. I've been in business for over 14 and a half years. And very early on, I remember talking to other successful people in my industry and asking them, like, how did you make so much money? How did you have so much success? And one of the things that I remember is they said, you have to care more about the people in your group than sometimes you even care about yourself. And so there was a lot of times that I gave everything that I had. I would skip my own family functions to go do events and meetings for people. I would give up my own time with my family so that I can help someone else to build something for their family. And so when you're building a business online, you have to remember that there are people that are attached to it. And the most important thing that you have to think about is, to not think about yourself, to not think about, people can stress you out. People can need a lot. People can need a lot of support. And one of the things that you have to remember, and people also need a lot of accountability. So I want you to remember, as you're building an online business, I want you to think about the people that you're connected to through your online business, and how much do you care about their success? How much do you care about them winning, them losing weight, them, having good credit, them getting their finances in order, them making money? How much do you care about them? Try to take the focus off yourself and put it into their own, into their goals, into what they want to achieve, and help them to achieve those things. Try to figure out a plan to really get into deep, like, what can I do to help this person to become successful? What can I do to not think about myself and say, okay, how can I dedicate this evening, the next week, the next 30 days? How can I dedicate it to that person and helping them to be successful? So you really do have to care more about others than you sometimes even care about yourself, and put them first. So here's number 2. You have to get basic results for yourself. Now, I know we want to put a lot into other people, and that is definitely the first thing I believe that we should be thinking about. But there's some other things that come just right before that. And that really is getting your own personal results. So let's just say, for instance, within my online business, one of the products that we have is a credit repair service, right? Now, how well do you think you can help somebody else to fix their credit if you haven't fixed your own credit? You have to fix your own credit first before you really dive in deep with helping someone else out. Because in the process of doing something for yourself, you learn the ins and outs. One of the things about making my first million, or my first several million of dollars that I've made in my business, I now have a blueprint to say, okay, this is what you should do if you want to build a successful organization. If you want to build a successful online business, here are some of the steps that I've taken, and I believe that you should do these things as well. Now, it's a lot easier for people to receive things from you when they know that you've gotten results. So really focus in on, okay, and I'm not saying you got to focus on major results, but sometimes even just focusing in on small results for yourself, I think is really important if you want to have long-term growth and you really want to support people and help people, is you really have to focus on small results for yourself. So not only just, good credit, but if you have a weight loss product, one of the things that I know I'm doing right now is I'm taking a lot of time of saying, okay, how do I lose weight? I'm premenopause, and that's another story for another day. But how does someone, when you're dealing with certain issues at a certain age, the weight is harder, the older you get, the harder it is to come off. And it's like, okay, how do I make sure I'm using my products the right way? How do I make sure I'm drinking my water? How do I make sure I'm doing the right things with it? Because nothing that you take is ever a miracle pill. You have to assist it and guide it. It's just like our credit repair service. Yes, it can help you to do better and increase your credit, but you have to do work too. You have to look at what the things that you need to do to help your credit score increase as well. And so there's always going to be a part that you play in whatever it is that you're doing, the part where you have to work on yourself, where you have to work on things that you need to do to get better. And so you can't expect others to believe in your product, believe in your service if you haven't done the work. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not saying that I'm going to lose weight overnight. I'm not saying you're going to fix your credit overnight. And I'm not saying that you should even believe it should happen overnight. But what I am saying is that you should have the mindset and the focus of improving those areas so that others can see a difference in you. Because once they see that small change in you, then they'll start to believe in the change for themselves. All right, so here's number 3. So we went over 1 and 2. We're going to go over number 3. You have to start getting results for others, right? And, I talked a little bit about focusing on people, but it's not just about focusing on them. It really is about showing their results, right? So you have to be able to say, okay, look, I helped 3 people to make $1,000 a month. I've helped X amount of people to generate X amount of residual income. You really have to start being able to have numbers that go along with the people that you're helping. What are you helping them to do? What is your goal? Why don't you ask them, what do they want? What are some of their goals? And then help and assist them into reaching their goals so that you can turn around and be able to have stats, numbers to say, you know what, I've been in this business and I've helped X amount of people to have success. I've created several, for me, I've created several millionaires within my own organization. I didn't just hit $1 million. I've helped several people to hit $1 million in my organization. So you have to start asking yourself, okay, all right, I've created some small results for myself. I'm really into asking my people and talking to them and helping them. But let's be honest, what have I helped them to do? Maybe you should be able to say, everybody who's come on my team has been able to hit a certain bonus. I've helped them to hit their first bonus. Can you say that? Can you, confidently say what you've been able to do, what results you can produce in other people? So think about that. Maybe write that down. Ask yourself, what kind of results do I really want to brag about? That I want to really talk about to other people and say, this is what I've done. I've helped X amount of people. And you can start off small and then work your way up to, I hit $1 million and then I've helped other people to hit $1 million. That's something you can work your way up to. But think about, what can I do right now with anyone that I have that's in business with me? What are some of the goals that I can set for them, help them to reach them, and then turn around to the next person that's taking a look at my business and say, well, look what I've done for past people that I've worked with. If you follow these steps, then I can help you to do the exact same thing. So it really should be somewhat of a system that you've created because you've seen the results. And once you start to see results in people, you know that there is a pattern. I'm going to tell you guys something. And a lot of times people don't like to hear this. And, I don't even honestly a lot of times like to say it, but this is the honest truth. When I've looked back in the past and I looked at anyone who's hit $1 million within my business, they all have very, very similar ways about them. They're all very similar in certain ways. And I find that when you see it and you recognize it, and then you see someone new come in and they have those same characteristics, you start to say to yourself, they're going to be successful, because a lot of times success is about the characteristics that a person has. They're overachievers. They're meticulous. They're into every little thing. Like, okay, what do I have to do? How do I have to do it? What do you need me to do? Okay, do I have to just do that? Okay. And then they don't mind asking for help, asking for direction, and they will seek you for that direction, right? And I think this is the biggest thing. When I've seen top leaders, they seek you for guidance. They're looking at you. They're calling you. They're not the type of people that think they know everything. They're not the type of people that are defeated. They're not the type of people that give up. They're the type of person that, you know what, I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to call you. And until you give me the answer that helps me, I'm going to keep looking for that answer. And that's who you have to be. If you want to be successful, especially online, and there's a million ways to make money in this country online, there's so many things that you can do. Guess what? When you have people who are out there that have had the success in it, if you're not like, how do I do this? What should I do? How should I do that? What am I doing wrong? How do I do this? If you're not doing that and you have someone that has done it and will help you, I'm just telling you, you can't grow to success fast by yourself. It just doesn't happen. People need each other. The world is created because we're here to help one another. And the reason people are successful is not because they did it by themselves. No successful person will say, I did this by myself. They'll say, if I didn't have the support, if I didn't have this person, that person, these people to help me, I wouldn't be here. But you have to be the person that seeks the information, because people don't just wake up every day. And trust me, I try to call as many people as possible. And I have so many people that I could reach out to on my team. But you know how much easier it is if I could just, every time somebody needed something, I could just pick up the phone. When I wanted something from someone who, and even today, if I want something if somebody knows something that I don't know and I want that information, I'm buying their course. I'm asking them questions. I'm DMing them. I'm reading their book. I'm trying to figure out what is it that they know that I do not know, and how can I get more information from them? Because the difference between where you want to be and where you are is what you don't know. It's information, right? It's nothing but just information. And so if you don't have the information, or if you're not where you want to be, it's because you don't have the information. You have to get the information, and somebody has it. Somebody has what you need for you to make your next $1 million. They have it. They have it right there. And I promise you, the person is not trying to hold on to it. They have it in a book. You just haven't bought it. They have it in a course. You just haven't bought it. They have it in you picking up the phone and calling them. You just haven't done it. They have it. It's sitting there waiting for you. Whenever I see people like Oprah, when she comes out with a new book or her new magazine she comes out with every month, I buy it. And I look for it, and I look for the clues and the tips that she's going to say. I watch her YouTube videos over and over and over again, because I feel like, okay, there's something that she knows. And when she has conferences, I pay for it. I go. When she has things online, I pay for it. And I attend it, because the more you are around it, the more you hear it, the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to use it, the more you're going to feel like, you know what? I'm going to put this in place today. I'm not going to play around with that. A lot of times I feel like when you have, sometimes you might have a leader that you're close to, someone that you know, and you kind of take that person for granted, maybe because you can talk to them all the time. And a lot of times you don't You don't listen to everything that they say, or you don't do everything that they say. And it's okay. I understand that. That happens. It happens to all of us. But you have to really realize when you have those types of people in your life, an upline, senior vice president, national director, platinum senior vice president, any leaders that you have, whether it be in your network marketing business or any business. And if you're not taking advantage of it, if you're not using the information and you're just kind of like letting it go in one ear and out the other, someone's going to come along and someone's going to value what you see as normal. And they're going to take it and they're going to run with it. And you're going to be sitting there like, well, what just happened? Well, they had the same thing that you had. They just valued what you had and maybe you didn't. And so you have to remember that there's so many people that are willing to help, and you have to make sure you're using that information. Okay. So let's go to number 4. Number 4 is when it comes to having an online business, you have to learn how to showcase your results online. So the great thing with platforms like YouTube, right? You can really showcase your results online. You can put up videos. You can interview someone and put it up on YouTube. You can have a video of someone using your product and just talking so highly about it and saying what they like about it, and then just post it on YouTube and then put hashtags in your YouTube video. So when someone's looking for that, let's say they're looking for credit repair and you have an interview with someone that you've helped to fix their credit, you could put it up on your YouTube. You want to get as creative as possible when it comes to online platforms and showcasing your results from your product or service. If there is a weight loss product and someone's using it and they love it, ask them to create a short video for you and post that video online so that other people can see it, so that they can see how the results that happen from your business. When you have an online business, you really do want to make sure that you are showcasing the results that come from it. So if they've lost weight, if they have good credit, if they're taking CBD and the pain has gone away, then what you need to do is you need to get a video from that person, or you need to have a conversation with them and record it. And you can do that online. You can use Zoom, you can record it, and then you can repost it on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube. But you have to be able to showcase the results. If people like it, you have to figure out, how do I capture that information? And then how do I repurpose it and put it online? So when people are looking for something similar, they can find the results through my business. And then you always want to make sure whenever you post stuff online, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you always want to have a link for them to purchase the product from you. And hopefully you know how to do that. So that's really important. You got to learn how to showcase results. And then you always have to make sure that your link is going somewhere in that information, in that video, in that post that you put online. All right. And here's number 5. Number 5, and if you guys have questions, anything you want to ask, any questions while I'm up here, I'm going to finish up number 5. And then if you have questions, I'll make sure I answer any of your questions. But I want to give you number 5, how to become successful online, because we're in a new day and age. And guys, if you do not learn this online world, you will become extinct. I said it. You'll become extinct. Okay. Here's number 5. When it comes to online, and for me, guys, this is very hard to do. I understand it. It's difficult even for me. And I'm going to share some tips of how I try to do as well as I possibly can with this. But you really do have to be consistent. So I'm going to say it again. You have to be what? You got to be consistent. So the thing about social media and platforms is they're looking to get people on their platform. They're looking for engagement. And so in order to do that, in order to have engagement, you get more people to like your stuff, more people to interact with you, the more you post. So I know it might not be something that you want to do, but you have to learn how to maybe start off with saying, okay, I'm going to post 5 times a week. okay, I'm going to post now 7 times a week. I'm going to post once a day. You can, or, start off as small as you want, 2 to 3 times a week, and every week get more and more and more till you can get to, okay, I'm going to try to post at least once a day. But you really do have to be consistent. When it comes to YouTube really wants to see somebody who will put up a video at least once a week. Instagram wants to see somebody who puts up a post at least once a day. They look for something that's called an algorithm, and they're looking for people who are constantly online. And the more you're online, the more people are watching, the more eyes that are on you. That's what they like. They're going to put your information in front of other people's information. So you have to be consistent. I'm going to talk about a few things that you want to be consistent with. The first thing you want to be consistent with is posting small results from yourself. How do you post your small wins? Every so often, I like to put up things about things that I've done, things I've done with my credit, my investing, small things that I've done with my business, results from my business, success that I've had from being in business. These are my small results that I like to post every so often. And so when you create content, you like to kind of like mix the content up a little bit. Obviously, I'm all talking about the same thing, but I'm giving them a mixture. If you post all the time, like when you see people say, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, and it's a personal page, people don't like that. And if you haven't noticed it, you notice it by the likes that you get. They're like, oh, I don't want to see that. But you have to post that stuff. You do have to post it, but you want to make sure they're getting a mixture of different types of posts. So one type of mixture are small results that you've had or big results that you've had. Good credit, losing weight, anything. I've lost 5 pounds. Post it. Post what you're eating. Post when you're taking the product. Just like little small results that you post. And you don't have to post them every day, and that's your one post every day. But you have to post your results throughout the week. The other thing you want to do is you want to, when you're posting, you want to have posts that involve things sometimes outside of business. So you want to throw a post in there about family, about friends, something silly, something fun, maybe a TikTok or something like that. Maybe just something that has nothing to do with your business. Maybe it's just a quote. But these are just posts that you can put up. Now, do you want to just put up a whole bunch of posts of quotes and that's it? Nope, people don't like that either. Again, remember, they want to see variety. So posting about just other things outside of business is very important for you to post throughout the week as well. The third thing is you want to add value. So when you post, you want to add value. So it's maybe not just about your product, or maybe it's not just about something, random or something funny, but it's something that can really help them. Maybe you go online and you research something. Maybe you Google something and give some real, like, did you know this? Give them something, if you've ever wanted to lose weight, here are the 5 best weight loss strategies that you could do to lose weight. And it has nothing to do with your product. Maybe it just is how much water they should drink. Maybe this is, how much they should, how many calories they should consume in a day, according to their age and maybe their weight. Giving them value. You want to give people value. I like to give people value credit tips. Anything that's going to make them be like, oh, you know what? She or he gave me something that I didn't know. They told me something I didn't know today. So it makes them want to come back to you because you're adding value to their lives, something that they don't know. Okay. Here's another thing. The last thing that you can do to create consistency is you can promote your product, right? So yes, you want to promote your product. You just don't want to only promote your product. But when you promote your product, it's always good to have really good, clear, well-lit pictures. So you can see, like right now, my area is well lit, right? I am considering that I have an online business. I need to be able to record myself, put information out there. So I have lights. I got lights behind me. I have lights around me. And when I'm creating any kind of pictures or content, I try to make sure my lights are on. they're on my product. When I take the picture of my product, you can see the product really clear. So remember, when you have an online business, you're home, and no, you don't have gas. No, you don't have to pay for hotels anymore. And there's a lot of expenses that you don't have, but you don't want to shortchange yourself on small things or simple things like lighting. Lighting is important for promoting your product because you got to be able to see the product clear. And sometimes the product is the actual product, or sometimes you're the product, right? If you're taking a picture of yourself, if you're taking a picture of something that you want to kind of put out there that is just a nice picture of your family or whatever it is, you got to make sure that you have good lighting when you're doing that. So consistency is great, but they want to see good quality when you have an online business. And the best way to have good quality is good lighting. So I know on my website, TashinaAnderson.com, I share all my favorite tools and products that I use for my online business, whether it be lighting, whether it be cameras, whether it be things that I hold my camera up with, whether it be what I have right now, which is a better camera than my computer camera, so that you could see me really, really clear. As my hair is kind of sticking up in the back, but different things like that you're going to need now that you're going to be online and trying to honestly, successfully build online. So you want to try out places like that. Erica said, what kind of lighting do you have? When you go to my website, TashinaAnderson.com, or if you're on my Instagram, Tashina Anderson, I have a link in my bio and I say my Amazon favorite products. If you go to my website, I have my favorite products there. And all the lighting that I have right now in my office, which is a ring light that I use, but it's a ring light that I can, there's different ring lights. This one I got, I did a lot of research. This is a good one because it can be tall or it can be short. And this is a good ring light because I can hold my cell phone in this ring light, but I can also hold my camera in this ring light. So sometimes when I'm recording, I record with this ring light. And then I also have box lighting. So I have box lightings that I have in here. And then I also have a ring light, and I have them all on my page, the ones that I use. And this is important, right, guys? Because we're not gonna be dinosaurs. We're going to conform to this new world and being online. And all of these things are important when you're talking about being successful online and wanting people to take you serious, right? You want them to take you serious. And trust me, when you look at, when you look out right now and you're seeing people from ESPN having to film from their home, and people who have talk shows having to film from their home, some of this lighting is stuff that we see them using. Some of the cameras that we use are things that we see them use. So, we take this stuff really serious. And, we just know that, I know a lot of us might have felt like, okay, well, things are going to go back to normal, so this is only for a short period of time. So maybe you didn't think about making really the investment because, okay, the world is going to go back to normal. But I'm just going to tell you right now, when it comes to certain businesses and certain things, they're not going back. You are actually going to have to get better at being online. You're going to have to learn how to be more professional online, how to use a lot of these platforms like the one that we're on now. I'm doing something different. I'm doing a live training from YouTube. I mean, think about that. Who would have thought about that years ago, or even just months ago, that this is how we could train, doing a live YouTube? And maybe you guys didn't even know that this was possible or that you could do it. But this is a great way to show you how even this kind of technology is changing, and that they're having new things on here that you can utilize to make business better for you. So, so these are just the tips that I really wanted to really put out there. And I want to leave you with this quote. And I'm gonna put this on here so you guys have it in case you want to check out any of the lighting or cameras that I use for my business. Okay. So I want you to write this quote down, and I really want you to process this, and I want you to think about it as you are working with people and being online and selling products and asking people to be in business with you, is that your earnings are a product of how well you serve people. I'm going to say it again and write this down. Your earnings are a product of how well you serve people. So I want you to think about how well you're serving the people that you are in business with. And I want you to come up with your strategy of, yes, I have to be present online. I have to learn new platforms, but how well am I serving the people that are in business with me? And if that answer is, well, I called them, they ain't called me back, or, they don't listen to anything I have to say, then you really have to think about like, well, how are you communicating? How are you able to get through to them? If you said things one way and they didn't get it and it just didn't register with them, well, maybe you have to learn how to say it a different way. Maybe you have to learn how to get to them a different way. And so don't always like just immediately kind of feel like, okay, well, I tried and it just didn't work. I want you to start thinking about, well, how can I get better? How can I serve them better? And that's what a business is, right? I want you to think about a business in general, maybe a business that you patronize, right? Like, or business that you go to. If you go to them and every time you go to them, the fries are cold. But if you don't say anything and they don't ask you, or they don't figure out why you don't come back to them anymore, then guess what? You'll just never go into business with them again. You'll never go buy anything again. But a lot of times you have to go as the owner and you have to go and say, well, why don't you come here anymore? Or why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that? And then the person can say, well, the fries are always cold. And then you as the owner can say, well, you know what? I didn't realize that was an issue or a problem. Let me see how I can fix that, right? Instead of just dismissing everyone who's no longer in business with you and just assuming that, okay, they don't want to be in business with you anymore, maybe you should reach out. Maybe you should ask, what can I do better? How can I serve you better? How can I help you to make money? Is this something you still would be willing to try, to give it a chance? Again, what can I do better to make sure this time around you have more success, right? Remember, your earnings are a product of how well you serve people. So what I want you to do is this week, I want you to do more serving. I want you to do more looking into how can you get better, because when you get better, everything around you gets better. You'll notice more money. You'll notice more success. You'll understand things clear of what you were doing wrong right now. If you're asking yourself and saying, I just need to get new business, and you don't look back and see what you might have done wrong with old business, then you'll keep messing up. You'll keep doing the same things wrong over and over again and wondering why you don't get ahead and why you can't get the results that you're looking for, because you're not doing a great enough job of going back and seeing the things that you can improve on. So with that being said, hopefully it was very helpful, good information for you guys. And, if you want to become successful online, yes, it's a lot to it. Yes, you're going to have to start, considering putting a lot of time into being present online and creating content is what it's called. Creating content for online for you to get new business. You're going to have to figure how to do these things out. But guess what, guys? Guess what? We ain't got nothing but time. And so just remember that every day, get better. Every day, serve someone else. Help someone else to become successful. Help them to earn $1, and you'll earn multiple dollars when you help someone else to become successful. Just remember that. And I want to thank you guys for getting on, trying out YouTube Live with me. And you should try this out too. If you don't have a YouTube account, create one. If you haven't gone live, go live one time with your team. Have them get on, try it out, help them to start their account. Find out how many people on your team have a YouTube account, have an Instagram account. Really put some time and energy into this, guys. And I appreciate you guys. If there's no questions, definitely going to head over to your website. Thank you, Erica. Yes. And I just want to say this because Erica made a good comment. She said, I love the way that it looks. Guys, I was working my business online about maybe a year or two. I put this, it's called a set. This is called a set. This is just not, oh, my office. This is called a set. When I'm online, when I'm present online, this is my set. This is what I want. I set up for people to see. I went to Target and I got that lamp. I went in my bedroom and I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this downstairs. I went and I got this from somewhere. This wasn't just here, guys. This was staged so that it can look good when I'm online and I'm presenting myself as a business owner so that my business looks good behind me. So I just want to say that some things they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so I was ready for a while, and hopefully you guys are going to get ready so that you can be ready when it's time for you to really promote your business online. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, how to become successful online, this training is officially over. I appreciate you. Thank you for getting on tonight. And if you don't have YouTube, get a YouTube account. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, because I will be putting up more and more videos. So make sure you subscribe. Like this video, come back, watch it again, and share it. You can share YouTube videos with your team. If someone missed it, now you can share this information. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. And I'm going to sign up for tonight. Enjoy your time at home, being quarantined. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands and keep that social distancing thing still going on. The coronavirus is still alive and still harming people. So everyone have a good evening.